So I'm with James Mathe of Minion Games here, and we've got a really nice lineup here of games. We had a little brief conversation at Origins, but it's nice to see the games in all their glory here at GenCon, and maybe you can kind of walk us through the latest in the lineup for Minion Games.
Sure, we got 4 new games. One's a rather light-hearted game called Five Finger Severance. It's a game about corporate closing the store, so you need to, of course, screw off and steal as much as possible on your last day of work without the boss catching you. So you gain heat by insulting customers and goofing off, and you lose heat by doing actual work. So it's very light vein, like Trailer Park Wars kind of a game. We also have Nitro Dice, which is a hand management game that uses dice as the cars, and the cars can move through each of the tracks by paying a card out of your hand to match the track that you're moving on to. So you have a hand management that you're playing the cards as you're going along, or to do maneuvers to raise your speed extra fast, you have to pay extra cards. To avoid damage, you need to dodge other obstacles. You can also place some of the cards from your hand down onto the track to cause damage. And then the people behind you have to swerve around that. When you're in first place, you get 3 cards. When you're in last place, you get 5 card replenishment, and in the middle, you get 4. So it kind of evens people out. Another game we have is where is it at? Oh, Grave Business. It's actually an interesting hybrid, as we like to do goofy things. It's a Euro game of bidding, but it's zombies on top of that. So you don't find a lot of Euro games with zombies.
True enough.
You're a necromancer with a business plan. And your business plan is to build as many zombies as you can to help you dig up the graveyard to steal all that jewelry that's there. Problem is your business plan is leaked out, and the other necromancers in your school are going to do the same thing. So as you're building the zombies, they become more or less bidding tokens for each zombie that you've built, and you're going to bid on rows in the graveyard to dig up, and whoever has the most influence on a particular row in the graveyard can dig up that space. And then so you'll collect jewelry and put it in your lab and collect body parts to build new zombies.
I just want to know what business school lets zombies in, you know?
I don't know. That might be a Harry Potter related, maybe. I don't know. But yes, no, it's a real good Euro game. But it also has a little bit of direct conflict in which you can actually use your bidding token, which is your zombie, to attack somebody else's bid to remove it off the board, and then you actually each take damage doing that, and your zombies can actually die. So we like these hybrid, goofy themes. And we also have a reprint of Nile, which has much better card quality because we had China mess us up last time around. So we went to Germany now, and we're getting product from a very well-known company called Ludofab.
Well, we covered Nile in the past.
Yes.
It's really good to see it back in a sort of better incarnation.
Yes, it has an expansion now too, with the some monuments that you can dedicate stone to, which is a new resource, to take control of some special abilities. So it actually adds a lot to the game.
And it has a great name, of course, the
Deluxor version. Yep. So.
Excellent. Well, anything you can tease us with upcoming?
Oh, yes, we got some awesome hardcore Euro games coming up. Kingdom of Solomon has gotten a lot of publicity. It's a kind of a Kalis light kind of game. It's worker placement, but in the golden age of Kingdom of Solomon in the Israel area. It has some unique mechanics in there, like roads that can make you gather resources from multiple locations, and it has a marketplace and things like that. And that was done by Philip from Steve Jackson's Games Evolution, he made.
Oh, Duberry?
Yes, Philip Duberry. So that's a real good name. We're also doing a game called the Manhattan Project, which is about building a bomb, another worker placement game, a good brain burner that you can place workers on the main board, and then you can place as many workers on your own board. So what you're doing is you're building buildings on your own board that allow you to take multiple actions on your turn. And then when you run out of workers, you get to pull back and skip your turn. So it's a new mechanism for how to rotate and keep everybody involved constantly. So you never have any in-between turns like you would in like Stone Age, where everybody waits and then you're taking your turn. So it's everybody just going around the table taking their turns. And then we also have Venture Forth, which is another hybrid. It's a Euro game underneath with kind of an Odyssey adventure game feel on the front. Your characters that you bring into your party have life goals, and these life goals are I might want to meet a vicious monster from the wilderness because I'm a poet.
Okay.
So, and the way you gain these resources is by placing cards or poisoning paths to the other players by placing cards they may not want on their paths. And as you place things in different locations, you gain resources. One of those resources is will. And when you have will on your character and you venture between two different cities, you've got to resolve all the characters in between and the monsters. And if you meet that monster that you were looking for, you're allowed to then trigger your special ability by paying the willpower to level up. So it's a real different mechanism. It's not you're hacking and slashing and experience points and all that stuff. It's gaining will. And over the top, it's kind of like a fantasy odyssey feel on top of all of this.
Thematically, it sounds similar to maybe some things we've seen, but it's in the classical era rather than sort of medieval fantasy. And then from a mechanical perspective, it seems like it's a little different than what you might think just from looking at, it's your typical.
We didn't want to put a big
game.
dragon on the cover because I think that's just totally misleading. It's an adventure game, but it's a Euro game, so you're not doing hack and slash and hacking each other.
It's nice to see that. I mean, there's other kinds of adventure and sort of high adventure that you can have that isn't high fantasy.
Exactly.
There's plenty of other gold to be mined out there and other themes like that, I think, too.
So those are the three main ones that hopefully we'll have out for Essen.
Wow, well, that's a full lineup here.
Yes, it is. It's a great year for you, Minion Games.
Well, best of luck. If people want to find out more about Minion Games, where can they go to find out more?
Well, miniongames.com is the best place, I guess. That's our home website, so all the things are listed there, but we're also listed on all the Board Game Geek sections, and I believe all of them have a Kickstarter link as well, so there's a lot of video on there that you can look at to review some of the newer games coming.
Great. Well, best of luck here at the con, and we'll look forward to seeing some of these games soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.